Hi Tutu-Lovers, welcome to watch another tutu video. Today we will work with this old tutu, giving it a 15-hour repair work. This tutu was first made in 2017 and it looks quite worn out. The worst parts are here in the panty and in the bottom two layers. It looks very unprofessional, to be honest, so I really want to fix this tutu. So let's fix it. I started by taking the hooping and all of those little plastic tags out. There's quite a lot of them, so I'm putting them here. Then I'm taking 3 of the bottom two layers out because we really need to replace them. Here I'm taking the bodice out and the basket. We will fix them later in the video. The first tulle layer looks quite bad, but I'm definitely going to use it. I'm opening it here, giving some steam, and then I'm going to replete it. I want to keep as many of the original parts of this tutu as possible. And giving some steam to finish. I started working with the panty. I'm opening the crotch seam and the back seam. And there's some uncoated elastic, so I'm taking it out and replacing it with coated elastic. And the ruffles just needed some steam, so I'm not going to replace them. And here I'm steaming the very wrinkly tulle layers. Started to work with the panty's back seam. I'm taking all of these old parts out first and then replacing them with some new fresh seam tape. Looks very nice. And then there was some stains, so I'm washing them here. Then I started to put a few more tulle layers here. I'm gonna add one very stiff tulle layer on top of the old second layer. Here adding it. And then I get to save the first tulle layer there on top. And here I'm putting new tulle layers to replace 3 of the bottom tulle layers with some new fresh tulle. Sewing the new fresh layers on. I'm super satisfied how this looks already. Then I started to fix the basket. This doesn't need so much work, so I'm just going to steam it. I opened those back seams and I added Ritalin boning there to give some more support. Then I just pinned the basket to the tutu skirt and started sewing it on. I gotta say, this was very challenging. And finally closing the back seam and the crotch seam. Before and after looks very good. Then adding some closure, a few hooks and eyes. Then I'm putting the hooping back and tacking the tulle layers together. This is my favorite part in tutu making. It's somehow super satisfying. And I'm so happy how this tutu already looks. It looks almost like a new one. And time to decorate. I wanted to add this glitter tulle layer under the old decorate layer, so it will be easier to sew back to the tutu skirt and give some more support. I sew it onto the tutu skirt, and it's so nice how this covers all those little marks on the first tulle layer. And a few crystals to finish. And finally working with the bodice. There's something to fix, not as much as on the skirt, but I will work with the sleeves and with the closure mostly, and wash this a little bit. I'm taking some old parts out, there was some elastics, and then I'm taking the old closure out. I don't like how I have sewn them on, so I want to replace them. Then I'm taking the sleeves out, I want to make them separate and unattached from the armpit. Then I'm washing these bodies a little bit. The sleeves were so long, so I could just put this old elastic out and then make new elastics for the shoulder seam. Steaming the bodies a little bit. The seams were very wrinkly, so I wanted to give some steam. Then our logo, of course, and new shoulder straps, and finally new closure. Then I just attach the sleeves with a few stitches to the shoulder straps, so it's easier to wash and easier to use when dancing. Then I added elastics, buttonhole elastics to the bodies, and I have buttons on the basket, inside of the basket, so it will be very easy to attach like this. And some finishing steps. I'm adding a few glass pearls and some crystals to finish this costume, and soon I will show those before and after pictures. And actually I was not going to film this video first, so I was not focusing on taking good before pictures, but I hope you can still see some changes there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon!